You're 7 years old the first time your knee starts to hurt. Not in the usual way. It's not the kind of pain that comes from falling during a playground match or from a clumsy kick during a schoolyard game. This pain is different. It lingers. It's deeper than bruises or scrapes. You don't even know how to describe it, but it feels like something is shifting inside you, like your body is trying to tell you that change is coming. Strangely, you're excited because somewhere deep inside, even at that young age, you already know you're different. You've been faster than the others for as long as you can remember. You don't think about it much. You just run. You run because it feels right. You chase the ball with a kind of instinct you don't understand, only that when you touch it, people notice. Your coach says you've got natural talent. Your father calls it a gift. The other kids call it cheating because you always get to the ball first. While they're still figuring out which foot to use, you're already trying step-overs. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're just chasing something, that feeling of control, that thrill of turning with the ball, that electricity when it rolls perfectly off your laces. You start skipping playdates to stay late at training. You kick the ball against the wall outside your flat until the neighbors tell you to stop. You don't care. The ball becomes everything. It's not just a toy. It's an extension of who you are. The pitch becomes your escape, your peace, your obsession. You don't know the word for it yet, but this is love, and already, without even realizing it, you're beginning to give everything to it. By the time you're 10, you're already playing with kids 2 or 3 years older than you. You're smaller than them, but you're faster, smarter, more technical. The coaches praise your composure, your first touch, your decision-making. You hear grown-ups talk about you like you're a future professional, like it's already been decided. You pretend not to care, but you listen to every word, and you believe them. At 12, you're getting attention from top academies across the country. Trials are offered, meetings are held, your parents argue late at night when they think you're asleep. Eventually, one of the clubs convinces your family to make the move. It means leaving home, leaving school, leaving friends. It's supposed to be a dream come true. You move into an academy residence with other boys chasing the same dream. They speak different languages, have different backgrounds, but every one of them wants the same thing: to make it. The training is intense. Tactical sessions, technical drills, nutrition plans, recovery routines. Every day is planned to the minute. You start to measure your value in GPS readings, passing accuracy, and video reviews. If you have a bad session, you replay it in your mind all night. If someone else scores more goals, you feel the pressure creep in. Slowly, football stops being a game. It becomes a job. You miss your family. You miss birthdays, holidays, normality, but you don't complain. You know this is the price. You convince yourself it's part of the journey. Everyone sacrifices. If you want to play in the big stadiums one day, you have to earn it. At 15, you get your first serious injury. A torn ligament during a meaningless friendly. One bad step and you're down. It doesn't even hurt that much at first, but deep inside, you know it's serious. You try to stand up and can't. Panic sets in. Later, the scans confirm it. You're out for months. You watch others take your spot. You hear your name mentioned less and less. You learn quickly how fast people move on. This is the part they never told you about. Rehab becomes your new world. You go from team sessions and matches to isolated exercises in a quiet room. The physio becomes your coach. The gym becomes your pitch. At first, the goal is simple: straighten your leg, then walk without a limp, then jog. Sprinting feels like a distant memory. You spend hours doing movements that seem meaningless, but you do them anyway. Step by step, you claw your way back. You watch from the stands while your teammates play under the lights. You cheer for them, but inside, it stings. You want to be out there. Every passing week feels like someone is pulling further ahead of you, and you're just trying not to fall completely behind. You return to training after 9 long months. You're not the same. The speed isn't quite there. The sharpness takes longer to come back. At first, you doubt if it ever will, but you adapt. You shift your game. You study more. You stop relying solely on pace and start focusing on reading the game, anticipating the next pass, and arriving in the right space before anyone else. You become more efficient, more intelligent. The academy sends you on loan to a second division team in Belgium. It's not glamorous. The stadium is small, the dressing rooms smell like damp concrete, and you live above a bakery with 3 teammates who barely speak your language. But you play, every week, 90 minutes, no promises, just performances. You find joy again, not in headlines or highlights, but in consistency. You become dependable. You learn how to lead quietly. Coaches begin to notice. You're not flashy, but you get the job done. The next season, you come back stronger, mentally and physically. Another club signs you, then another. Step by step, you build a career. At 23, you make your Europa League debut. You don't sleep the night before, you don't score, you don't even assist, but you press, you win tackles, you run until your lungs burn, the whistle blows, and you're still standing. It wasn't the dream you imagined, but it's yours, and after everything, that's enough. You're a professional now. Not in the way people imagine, not in the way that gets you on magazine covers or FIFA cards, but you're in the game. You're earning a living doing what you've always dreamed of. That alone puts you in rare company. You move between clubs across Europe, a 2-year deal here, a short-term contract there. The football is still beautiful, but the business of it starts to wear on you. You're not a wonder kid anymore. You're a squad player, a role player, a tactical option off the bench. You stop asking why. You start learning how to survive. You play in front of packed stadiums one week and then in empty grounds the next. You wake up in hotel rooms and sometimes forget what city you're in. Your body aches more than it used to. Recovery takes longer, but you still love match day. The nerves, the walk out of the tunnel, the feel of the ball on your foot. That part never fades. You become the kind of player coaches trust. Not flashy, but reliable. Not marketable, but necessary. You know when to press and when to hold. You learn how to manage games, how to see out a lead, how to control tempo without touching the ball. They stop calling you talented. They start calling you a professional. You watch players come and go. You see kids arrive at training with fresh boots, TikTok followings, and dreams of going viral. Some of them shine. Some of them disappear before the season ends. You try to help them when you can. You know how lonely this life can get. By your late 20s, your body starts pushing back harder. Hamstring pull, ankles swell, the little injuries stick around longer. You miss a few matches, then a few more. One club lets you go. Another picks you up. Your name starts to appear on contract expiry lists more than matchday squads. You start to understand that this won't last forever, but you keep going. You train like you're still fighting for your debut. You play like every game could be your last. You stay quiet, you stay professional, you do your job. You never became a star, but you became a footballer, and that still means everything. Then, without warning, it ends. There's no grand farewell, no cameras, no official goodbye, just silence. One season finishes and the next one begins without you. No contract offer, no call from your agent. You keep your phone close for weeks, just in case, but nothing comes. You train on your own, hoping your body still has one more season in it. You tell yourself it's not over. You say it out loud to make it feel true. You jog through empty parks, touch the ball like it still matters, go through the same warm-ups you've done for years. But something is different. You can feel it. Eventually you stop, not because you choose to, because the game chooses for you. You start coaching. It happens gradually. A few sessions at a local academy, then more, then full-time. You teach the game you lived. You teach kids how to press properly, how to find space, how to protect the ball under pressure. You tell them to love the game, to enjoy every second. You don't tell them how it ends, how lonely it can be, how much it takes from you. You tell them to believe in themselves. You mean it. You miss it sometimes, more than you care to admit. Not the hotels, or the cold changing rooms, or the injuries, but the feeling, the moment before kickoff, the silence just before the referee blows his whistle, the way the world used to narrow down to you, a ball, and the next decision. Now, you wake up early, drink your coffee, watch the sunrise instead of match film. Life moves on. But sometimes in the quiet, you still dream. You're on the pitch again, ball at your feet, one defender left to beat, and if you had to do it all again, you would. Of course you would. Thanks for watching Bulk Lift. If you got something out of this video, drop a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more raw training, real talk, and everything in between. Stay strong, stay consistent, and we'll see you in the next one. Bulk Lift out.